You can run, but you'll just die tired. This is the unofficial motto for my career field. Airstrikes in Afghanistan have been called in for a long time. Most of you have probably seen the videos. Without someone on the ground though, these can't happen. Hello, I'm Cody McNorton. I'm 30 years old. I'm a Staff Sergeant United States Air Force. My current major is Information System Technologies. Today I'd like to talk to you about my life prior to joining the military and the decision to serve, the schools and certifications that I've achieved since I've been in, as well as the deployments that I've completed while I've been in. Back to those airstrike videos, those can't happen without somebody being on the ground to call in the coordinates, and that's where I come in. Back to my life prior to joining the military. After high school, I was awarded a scholarship to a small school in north central Kansas for track, where I competed in a decathlon. While I did have a pretty successful career in the decathlon and at school with track, I did not have a very successful career with my schooling. I put a lot more of my time into track than I did into school, and unfortunately, that's not really the way it works out for school. After about a year and a half, I decided that I'd had enough of that and I wasn't really going to make it, so I left school and found a job working in a shipping warehouse. Once I started working there, it was long hours. I worked about 60 to 70 hours a week. I made good money, but it just wasn't going to cut it. I was really going nowhere and had no career opportunities from there. After about a year and a half of that, I decided that I needed to make a change in my life, and I enlisted in the United States Air Force. As I said, with this dead-end job, there was nowhere to go, and I attended basic training in San Antonio, Texas. And after completion of basic training, I headed to Herbert Field, Florida, where I attended the Tactical Air Control Party apprentice course. It's about 16 and a half weeks long. While I was there, we had physical training that was extremely demanding. Only the best make it through there. Practiced mainly on land navigation skills, vehicle navigation, being able to get from one point to another with only a map and a compass, as well as radio communication skills to be able to talk to the aircraft to call in those airstrikes, and map skills. After 16 and a half weeks there, I graduated and went to Korea for a year, and after my year in Korea, I headed to Pope Air Force Base in North Carolina. While I was at Pope Air Force Base, I attended Basic Army Airborne School and graduated. I also attended Joint Terminal Attack Controller School, the qualification course, at Nellis Air Force Base, just outside of Las Vegas, Nevada. It was a 5-week course where I was instructed on the proper use of CAS, close air support, and calling in airstrikes for the Army units. While I was also at Pope Air Force Base, I completed my Joint Terminal Attack Controller instructor course, giving me the opportunity to train new airmen on the ability to call in close air support and airstrikes. Now that you know a little bit about the skills, certifications, and schools that I have attended, I'd like to tell you how I put them to use. I've deployed 4 times to Afghanistan. In November of 2008 through August of 2009, I deployed to eastern Afghanistan, where I spent 3 months at Bagram Air Force Base, 3 months at FOB Gardez, and again 3 more months back at Bagram before heading home and spending a little more time back at Pope. In February of 2010, I again deployed to Afghanistan, this time to the western region, where I was a Joint Terminal Attack Controller at FOB Farah, supporting a field artillery unit, and spending 6 months there. Again, I went back home and redeployed, but again, in November of 2011, I deployed again to Afghanistan to the southern region, where I was a battalion air liaison officer in charge of 4 other individuals and an entire battalion's worth of Army personnel. Again, I went back to Afghanistan in February 2013 through August 2013 to be a battalion air liaison officer once again, working on Kandahar Airfield, providing base defense for the whole of Kandahar. I was responsible for all base defense there and all aircraft that flew overhead. As you can see, I've deployed several times to Afghanistan and how I put them to use, how I put my skills that I learned while I was in the military to use. In conclusion, we discussed my life prior to the military and my decision to serve, as well as the schools and certifications I received since I've been in, and the deployments that I've been on, and put those skills to use. Finally, I'd like to say that being able to protect the people that you serve with, in my opinion, there is no greater sense of accomplishment. Thank you.